Good evening, one and all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Amma. Okay, let us start today's session. Before start the today's session, just let us try to recall what have we covered in our last video, that is last
Okay,
session.
sir.
So in the last session, we started the discussion about what is Java and a brief history of the Java and what are the major features of the Java, and also we covered applications of the Java. So now we are going to see how to download JDK and how to install, how to check whether Java is installed or not in your system. And let us try to execute a simple program. And not only the execution, just try to understand what are the words we are using to execute the program. Before that, see this. This is very simple program, very basic program in Java, just like Hello World program or Welcome program. See, as we covered, I hope first we must start the program with a class. In Java, we should not write any program without class concept. If you have the idea about C or CPP, in C language, there is no concept of classes. In CPP, we have the classes concept, but we can write the program with classes and without classes also to our valid. But in Java, without classes concept, you cannot write any single program. Then what is class, what is object will come to the topic later on, but just try to understand this simple program. To create the class, we need to use the keyword class. Space, you must write any class name. The class name is an identifier concept. By following the identifying rules, you can give any name. In this example, my class name is Hello World. Class space class name hello world and open the blank. As you know, in CCPP Java, we use curly braces to create the blank. So this is the starting point of the blank. Okay. And within the class, I am writing the main method. Already, you know, C language, we may write int main or void main, right? So here also, we must write the main method. But here, the main method should be public static. Void main is as usual, but before the main function, we are writing public static. Why we are writing public? What is the meaning of the static? Also, we'll cover one by one. And within the main function, we must write an argument. Here, args is the arguments. Args means arguments, and a square bracket represent an array. And this is a string type array. So finally, this is the string type array. String, where in the string S is capital letter. String args. Args is the array name. Data type of that arguments is a string type. String type array. Okay. You must write this statement as it is compulsory. Okay, because that is predefined. And within the main method, you can write anything depending on your requirement. You can develop your code. As this is a very fast program, just I want to print welcome to Java programming. You know already C language, you learnt it. So if you want to print any message on the screen, we use output statement in the C language, that is printf, right? So coming to the CPP, if you know, cout is the output statement. In the same way, in any programming languages, we have input statement and output statement. Coming to the Java, the output statement is system.out.println, that is println. Within the parentheses and within the double quotes, whatever the statement or whatever the message you want to display on the screen, you can write within the double quotes. Okay. And close the main, close the class. This is how to write the program. But let us try to understand what are these terminology, why we are writing, what is the meaning of these things. First one, class. Class is a keyword. I think you know already what is keyword. Okay, keyword is a word which have the reserved meaning. In any programming language, the definition is same. And coming to the public, if you have the knowledge about the CPP, already you know it. I hope public. So public is one of the access modifier. If you specify the access modifier is a public, that class or that method or that data can be accessed wherever from the project. Okay, you can access it from the anywhere in the program. Simply we can say that in our daily life we are using the word public. Suppose road is a public property, anyone can use it. In the same way, if you declare any class as a public or any method as a public, anyone can access it. Anyone in the sense you can access it from the anywhere in the program, from the any method, from the any other class also, you can access it. Okay. Then coming to the static is also one of the keywords of the Java. But the important point here is why we are writing static for the main function. So in Java, Java is developed based on the object-oriented concept. Okay. So if you want to execute any method, we must call it with the help of the object generally. Okay. Of course, we have static method, non-static method. That is different story again. But basically, if you want to execute any method, we need to call it with help of the object. Again, I'm using the word object. Don't worry if you don't have any idea about the object. We will come one by one. But here we are focusing on the topic static. What is static? Why we are using it? So coming to the method, main also a method. Okay, method is nothing but just like a function. Okay, you know already functions concept in C language. But if you write any function within the class, that is called a method. Okay, theoretically same concept, but terminology is different. In C language, we may use the word functions. In CPP also, you may use the word functions or member functions. Okay, member classes, data members and member functions. Terminology is different. Here I am using the word method. Okay, then so to call the main method also, we need to use object. If you follow the theoretical concept, but here we are not creating any object to execute the method. If you observe this program, we are not creating any object. I am not discussing the word object here in this program. Just I am writing the main function. Within the main, I am writing output statement. I didn't use the word object here. So if you want to execute any function without creating the object, if you listen carefully, if you want to execute any method without using the object, that method should be static. Then only that method can be executed without creation of the object. That's why we are specifying main is as a static type, because we are not creating the object. Without creation of the object, main method will be executed by the JVM. So JVM is nothing but Java virtual machine, which is responsible to execute the Java program. Okay, that is the important point you need to remember. Okay, why we are writing static method? Because JVM execute the main method without creating the object. If you want to execute any method without creating the object, that method should be static type. That's why main method should be static. Then void, you know it, I hope. Void is nothing but if you don't want to return any value from the any method, you must specify the return type as void. For example, if you want to return any value, like if you want to return any integer value from a method, you must specify the return type as int type. Sometimes if you want to return float value from the method as a result, you must specify the float as the return type. When you don't want to return any value, you must write void as the return type. If you write void means that method doesn't return any value. Okay, remember. And main function or main method, that is nothing but a starting point of the execution. In the C language also, we may use the same terminology. Main function is the starting point for the execution. Here also same thing. Main method is a starting point for the execution. And string args, you can write string args by this format: string, square bracket, space, arguments, args. Otherwise, string space arguments square bracket. If you want to write square bracket after the arguments or after the string, two are valid. Generally, this string args is used to receive the values if you want to execute any program with help of the command line concept. Command line argument concept, this is available in the C language also, CPP and Java, even Python. Nothing but if you want to execute any program with help of the command line. Command line means generally manam DAS la vartam CMD. When you use the CMD and if you type some command, okay, you may, I will show that later. Okay, if you want to pass any value while executing any program, while executing the program, at that point of time in the execution statement, you can pass the values. Already in the last session, we covered how to execute the Java program. Java is space file name dot Java. This is for compilation. Java space file name. This is for execution. So command line means whenever you are trying to execute any Java program, how to execute Java program? Java space file name na. So after that, Java space file name space 10 comma 20. What is the meaning of this? I want to pass some values 10 comma 20. Like, so while you are executing any program, at that time you can pass the values. For that, we use command line argument concept. To receive this command line, to receive these arguments, if you are using command line concept, we use arguments. So at very first level, you may not understand all these things. It is very difficult. If you don't have any basic idea, at very first time, you may not understand all these things, but each and every point will be clear gradually. It takes some time. Okay. If you learn strings concept, arrays concept, arguments concept, what is parameter, what is argument, how to pass, so you must have this knowledge, then these points will be clear. So but as of now, just remember. Then next one is system dot out dot println. This is the output statement. But what is system, what is out, what is println? This is important part. Here system is a class. System is a predefined class. If you find any word, the word start with the capital character. First character is a capital character, uppercase letter. You can easily understand that is a class name. So here system is a class name. And observe this part, out.println. Actually, println is a method. Println is a method. This is available in the predefined class. The class name is print stream. Print stream. This is also a predefined class already developed by the developers. Okay, when you are trying to install JDK, all these classes will be installed automatically into your system. Now, coming to our point, print stream is a predefined class. This println method is available in this print stream class. So if you want to use this println method, you must use object of print stream. Then what is the object of print stream? Out. OUT out is a object of the print stream. Let me repeat again. System is a class. Out is an object for print stream class. With help of this object, we can call the method println. Now this is completely a output statement in Java. System dot out dot println. Okay, you must know all these terminology, why we are writing. Okay, how to write a program, is essential, but you must know why we are writing, why we are using a word, why we are using a keyword, why we are writing out print line, what happens internally if you write this. If you know all these things, then only you will get the good knowledge. Okay, just simply if you read, you cannot get the knowledge. This is about a simple program. Then let me show you how to download and how to install, how to check the Java installation process. For that, open any browser. Okay, so you can open any browser, you can open any search engine, and within that you can write JDK download. JDK download. JDK means Java Development Kit. Okay, JDK download, press enter button. Now it displays some URLs. In that, if you observe, first one is oracle.com. Observe the URL website is oracle.com. This is the official website. As we covered already, even the Java was developed by the Sun Microsystem. Now it is owned by the Oracle company. Okay. So this is the official website to download the Java. Just click on it. You are going to redirect to the download page of the Oracle website. Now within this, see here, as and today, the latest version is 21, JDK 21. This is the latest version. Okay, as and today. Then, if you observe this, Linux, Mac OS, Windows. So in your laptop, if you are using Linux operating system, click here. Okay. Linux related files will be displayed. Linux related JDK files will be displayed. If you are using Mac OS, click here. And if you are using Windows operating system, select this. Now I'm using Windows operating system. That's why I'm clicked on Windows option. Now in the Windows option also, we have three options here, three different files. First one is archive file. Observe here. First one is archive file. Archive file is nothing but sometimes if you want to
ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ సార్
execute,
పేజ్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వలేదు. మీరు
Sir,
చెప్పిన
we
పేజ్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వలేదు సార్.
couldn't able to see the pages.
oh no, okay, wait. Okay. Okay. Now I think it is visible now.
Yes, it is now.
Okay, right. Is this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me repeat quickly. So just to open your browser within the any search engine, type JDK download and click on the first link. That is nothing but Oracle website. If you click on that, you are going to redirect it to this website. This is download page of the Oracle website. And here you have multiple operating system options. Depending on the operating system, what you are using in your system, you can select that. And now I am using Windows operating system. That's why I clicked on Windows option. And coming to Windows, we have the three options here: archive file, installer, MSI installer. Sometimes without the installation also you can execute the program. When you select this one, what are the files required to execute any Java program, that will be available, but not installed in your C drive. For that, generally we use this, but this is not suggestible to you at this time. And coming to the installer, x64 installer, this is the suggestible to you at this time. Just click on this link, the file will be downloaded. And the third one is MSI installer, Microsoft installer. This is somewhat security mechanism developed by the Microsoft. Don't annotate, just listen and don't create any problem with to others. And MSI installer, okay, if you want to download this also, okay, no problem. Okay, and I'm selecting second one. Okay, this is about only for the MSI Microsoft one product. Okay, Microsoft developed a security method to install the softwares. This is generic one. Second one is, if you click on the second option, you can observe now the file will be downloaded automatically. Okay, but already I downloaded it, so I'm going to pass it. So after downloading the JDK 21, just to open this and double click on it. Very simple process, no complications. Just double click on it and next, okay, agree, finish. That's it. Okay. Then I'm not installing again. So already I have given a link to you. In that I clearly explained you how to download, install. I have shown you clearly step by step. Okay. Then after the installation, how to know whether the JDK is installed successfully or not in your system. For that, just press Windows or run Windows or Windows key and R key. Okay, that is run dialog box generally, and click on OK. Click on OK. Is this command environment visible to you?
No,
Blank.
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, so only specified
sir.
window, specified window only displayed. Just one. I will change the settings. Yes, I think it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how we open that? Just click on run. In the search box, we can type run. Okay. And click on open. Okay. That is what I have done. After that, this environment will be displayed to you. Then to check whether the Java is installed successfully or not, just type Java C, Java compiler. Java C means Java compiler. Then press enter. If Java is not installed in your system, you will get an error like Java C is not recognized in any internal or external command. You will get such type of the error. If Java is installed in your system, that will display the Java compiler related information like this. Okay, this is the complete information about the Java compiler. So you can conclude that Java is successfully installed in your system. Now you can start the execution procedure of the Java. Then let us try to execute the program. Then first step for that is go to any location in your system. Okay, and take any notepad, just like right click, new text document. Okay, open your system, go to any location, right click, new, and select text document. Take any text document, any word processor document. If you click on that, a text document will be created like this. Okay, open it and write the program. Already we discussed some basic program now. This one, hello world program. Okay, you can type this program, but let me copy paste here. Okay, to save the time, I'm copying this program and I'm pasting here. Okay, same program. What I have done just now, just right click, new text file, open it and write the program. But here I'm just copy pasting, I'm doing all it. And now you must save this program. Listen carefully, this is important point. While saving the file, while saving your Java programming file, you must to save your file with the class name. What is the class name in this example?
Hello world. Hello world.
Hello world. So you must to save your file with this name only. So to avoid the spell mistake, I am copying that name, Control C, and go to file, save as. Okay, and select the location where you want to save this programming file. Just observe this location in the D drive in the Java folder. I'm going to save this file. Okay, type the class name. So hello world is our class name, and listen carefully. You must type .java as an extension. This is compulsory. Class name .java. You must save your file name with the class name. After that, you must type .java. Okay. Then next very important point is, you can observe here we have the one more option, save as a type. By default, this is a .txt file. Even though you used the extension .java, by default, it is treated as a text file, not Java code file. For that, what you need to do is click here and select all files. Okay. Click this arrow mark and select all files. Then you can click on the save button. Don't forget any step. Each and every step is very important. If you forget any one of the step, your file won't be executed. You will get an error. Okay, what we have done, open the file, go to file, save as, class name. Give the class name as the file name, .java compulsory, the extension, and click here as the save as type, select all files, and click on the save button. I am clicking here, save. Now our file is saved successfully. Observe here, this is our file, hello world. And you can observe here, type is Java file. If you observe this type Java file, then only your file will be executed. Suppose if you haven't selected all files, your file will be saved as a text document. So you won't execute that. That's why each and every step is very important. Now, we saved that file. Now we start the execution. For that, open the command line. How to open it? Already we discussed now. Just run and open. Here, very important point is you must execute the program. But where the program is saved, you must specify that path, that location. Where we saved our program in the D drive, na, local disk D, and within that we have the folder Java. Within that folder, we saved our file hello world.java. So first, you must set this path. For that, you must use D. What is the drive name? Where you saved your file, just type that drive name. Here, my drive name is D drive because I saved this file in the D drive. Na? Drive name colon. Then press enter. Now see, we are in the D drive. But our file is not available in the D drive directly. In the D drive, we created one folder Java. That's why we need to type cd change directory space in which folder the program is available, Java folder. Press enter. Now see this again. Let me show you. So D drive, I'm opening D drive. Within the D drive, I have the Java folder here. Open it. I saved our file in the Java folder. Okay. So same thing I am setting here also in the D drive in the Java folder. Now in this location, we have our file. Then you can start the compilation and execution process. We already discussed how to compile a Java program. The syntax is Java C space file name. Okay. Our file name is hello world dot Java compulsory. Okay. Java C space file name hello world dot Java. Okay. Then press enter. If any errors in your program, it raises error and you will get some error information here. So I am not getting any error information, meaning that there are no errors in our file. And let me go to the same location. Very, very important point. Focus here. So we created this file now, hello world. But observe here, class file. Okay, class file. When you compile your Java file, automatically an extra file is created within the same path. That file is called class file. Now you can observe hello world.class. Automatically, Java will create this extra file class file. What is class file? What it contains? A class file is nothing but intermediate code. It contains byte code. Java is high level, na? Machine cannot understand that. That's why our code must be translated into the machine code. But directly, in Java, the code will not be converted into the machine code. First, intermediate file will be generated. That file is called a class file. Okay. The class file contains byte code. See now, a class file is generated here. Okay. So now the compilation is completed successfully. Now we need to execute the program. Okay. Compilation is the first step. Second step is execution. For that, the syntax is Java space your class name or file name. Both are same now. In this case, hello world. Then press enter. Now see, this is the output of our program. Welcome to Java programming. So you must do all these steps. You should not forget any step. Okay. First, go to any location, create any word processor, use any word processor software, just like Notepad. Open that, write the program, save your program with .java, save as type all files, and open the command line environment. Set the path first where you saved your file. First step is compilation and second step is execution. Let me show you one more important point. Suppose this is our file, Java file. Let me do one mistake. Then you can understand it. Suppose system, we have system now, and let me change this S to lowercase s, capital to lower. Okay. System, in the system S should be capital letter, but I changed capital letter to small letter, intentional. And after that, just to save it. No need to go for save as again. For the modification, you must select save. For the first time, you can go for save as. Otherwise, you want to maintain two files with the different names, go for the save as. Now, go to the same environment and compile it. Now you can understand. Java C, hello world.java. Press enter. Now see, this is how you are getting the errors if you have any errors in your program. Now see here, system dot, you can observe the arrow mark. There is an error. There is a meaning of this. System dot out dot println, welcome to Java programming. In this, we have an error. Okay. Package system does not exist. What does it mean? The Java compiler cannot understand the word system where S is the lowercase letter, because Java is a case sensitive language. Capital S has the one meaning, small s has the one meaning, and the class system, in that S is capital letter. In such a way, the class is developed already. You must use capital S only. If you write small s in place of the capital S, the Java cannot understand that. That is the meaning of this error. If you are getting the errors like this, again you need to go for the location where you have your file, open that file and modify accordingly. Okay, you must read the error, try to understand the nature of the error and open the file, change the modifications to overcome the problems, to correct the errors. After that, one more important point. See here, before the file name, you can observe a star mark. Okay, star mark here. What does it mean? You are doing some modifications, but those are not reflected in the memory. That is the meaning of that star mark. Okay. If you press Ctrl S or if you select the save button, automatically the star mark will be disappear. What does it mean? The modification successfully reflected in the memory. Now observe here, we have the star mark na file. I am selecting save. Now you can observe, you can focus on that star mark, that will be disappear. Save. Now you can observe here now, there is no star mark. Okay, this is successfully reflected in the memory. Now you can compile, you won't get any error. Okay. I think it's clear how to open, how to save, how to execute, how to correct the errors, if any. See this? This is the step-by-step procedure to execute the Java program. Editor means just like a notepad. Okay, text editor, any text editor. In our example, we are using notepad. Open the notepad, that is editor. Write your program. Save your program with .java extension. In this image, hello is the class name or program name. Of course, we need to save our program with class name, hello.java. After that, we need to compile the program. We compiled in Java C space file name.java. We compiled that program. And this is very important point. You can compile the program one time. You can execute multiple times. Okay. Suppose I compiled the program. I executed the program. I'm getting the output. After some days, again, I want to execute that program. No need to compile again. Just execute it. But very important point is, suppose if you do any modifications, at that time, again, you must compile it, because modified program must be compiled again. But if there are no modifications, same program, compile one time and execute many times. How many times you want to execute, you can do that. And you can observe here, hello.class. Already I have shown to you, but file is created in the same location of the our file with the same name. Okay. Hello.java is our program. Hello.class is created by the system. This is the class file, bytecode. After that, whenever you are trying to execute the program, every time this class file will be executed with help of the Java interpreter. Okay, this is basic diagram only. We have so much in-depth diagram about this, but this is a basic one. Okay, We need to go for the JVM architecture. Internally, we have the different type of the method areas, and we have the just-in-time compiler and so on. That is somewhat complicated. I am not going to detail discuss about that much things because we have the very less time. Just I want to give the brief idea about this. Okay, so these are the steps involved to execute a Java program. Editor, save the file .java, compiler, compile once, and class file will be generated. Class file will be generated, and that class file will be executed every time with help of the Java interpreter. Then we will get the output. Okay, you must remember this. Then let me tell you one more important point. Frequently we use these words: JDK, JRE, JVM. You must have the basic idea about JDK, JRE, JVM. What is JDK? Is nothing but Java Development Full Form. Already we covered that. Okay, this is a package what we downloaded and installed just now. Okay, we downloaded JDK 21. We have seen just now. When you are installing this JDK, all these are installed automatically into your system. Within the JDK, we have JRE. Observe, JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, and some development tools. Within the JDK, we have JRE plus some development tools. Development tools means what are the tools required to develop a program, compile a program. Java docs is nothing but that is a one document, official document, which have the complete information about the Java, how to write the code, what are the topics we have, like that. Just like a manual. If you purchase any product, you may get the manual how to use that product generally. In the same way, when any company releases any software, that must release one document also. What are the options they have, how to use that, just like a manual. Okay. And but here important point is JDK. Within the JDK, we have JRE plus development tools. And next, within the JRE, we have JVM plus some packages and runtime libraries. JDK, within the JDK, JRE, within the JRE, we have JVM. And remember, all these are not physical components, all these are software components only. Okay, even though we are using the word components and tools, these are not hardware tools, all these are softwares. If you want to use it, just you can see it in the form of packages, folders and files only. Simply, all these are just like folders and files. Then within the JRE, we have JVM. Within the JVM, we have class loader, memory areas, execution engine. This JVM plays very vital role in the Java. Whenever you are trying to execute your program, the class file will be loaded first. Observe here, class loader. In the JVM, we have the class loader. Your class file will be loaded when we type Java space file name. That is what the syntax for the run execution, run the program. When you type that command, already the created class file will be loaded into the JVM. We have seen after the compilation, a class file is generated. When you type the run syntax, that class file will be loaded into this JVM. And JVM will take care about the execution. Within the JVM, we have the interpreter, just-in-time compiler, and so on. With help of that, the JVM can execute that program. You will get the output. Okay, remember this terminology: JDK, JRE, JVM, and so. Now, I think you know the concept variable, very simple. If you want to store any data, generally we use variables, but actually variable is a name to the memory location. It is very difficult to remember the complex address in the memory location. For easy maintenance, we are giving some name to the memory location. That is the variable concept. If you see this, this is just like a memory. Okay, RAM. Memory in the sense, when we use the word memory, that represent primary memory. For the primary memory, we are using RAM. RAM as a primary memory. Now, if you write index assignment 20 within the primary memory, that is RAM, a cell is created. Every cell has a unique address. But for that unique address, we are giving a simple name. That is X in this example. Okay. This is a variable. we are giving some name to this cell, to this memory cell. That name is a variable. Okay. So you can define a variable is a name to the memory location. This is same in any language. Okay. Theoretically, no changes in the concept if you take any language, but the syntax is different, implementation is different. And as per your syllabus, you have the next topic, that is data types. So already you have the idea about data types, I hope, because same concept you have in the CCPP also. What is data type? If you observe this, the name you can, by the name you can understand the data types, type of the data. What type of the data you want to store in the variable? You must specify before the use, before the store. That is data type. In Java, we have two categories of the data types. Those are primitive data types, or you can say built-in data types also. And the second one is reference data types, or you can say non-primitive data types. These are two basic categories in Java. And in the primitive data types also, we have some subcategories. Those are Boolean data type, character data type, and numerical related data types, float and double with the decimal values. A number without decimal, you can go for the integers. Within the integers also, depending on the size, we have the subcategories. Byte, smallest capacity, next level capacity, short, next integer, next high level capacity, long. If you want to work with very huge number, very big number, you can go for the long int. Very smallest value, just to 10, 20, like that. Every sub data type also has some range, but generally you can say that very simple, a small number, go for the byte, because you can save the memory. Even though you are working with the 10 and 20 in the integer, no need to declare as the long time. Byte is suggestible, but generally in the academics, that is common practice, we are using integer. But in the real time, memory management is also very important. That's why how much memory you are using, depending on that, you need to select which is appropriate for your requirement. Okay. Coming to the float also, we can store the decimal values by using two things, float and double. Okay. Float is a starting point. If you want to store more accurate value or more big value, you can go for the double type. Character, as usual, if you want to store any single character. A character may be a digit, maybe a special symbol, anything, but that should be enclosed within the single quotation mark. That is the character data type. And Boolean data type means it stores only two values. Those are true and false. It stores only true, or either true or false, any one of the value. Two values are available in the Boolean category. Generally, these are used to checking the credentials. Like suppose if you entered user ID, Gmail account, or any YouTube account, okay, user ID, password. We need to check that credentials may be true or false, nothing but valid or not. In such cases, generally we use Boolean type. Or you are developing any quiz related applications. Okay, you selected some option, suppose one question, four options. I selected third option is a corrected. Either the third option, either true or false. So internally, you need to maintain one Boolean data type to store that values. And coming to the non-primitive, actually these are very lengthy topics. Okay, arrays is one topic, strings, classes, interfaces, enumerators, objects. All these are called references, reference data types, or you can say non-primitive data types, and those takes much time to discuss. But simply, you must remember very important difference between primitive and non-primitive is, in the primitive data type, you can store only one value at a time. Observe this point. In the primitive data types, you can store only one value. If you take int a, let me write int a assignment 10. Suppose if you want to store 20, can you store the 20 in the variable a of int type? Obviously no, because all primitive data types are able to store only one value at a time. But coming to the non-primitive like array strings, you can store multiple values. And the second difference is the primitive data types also called value types. Nothing but we created one cell, within that cell we are storing the value. But coming to the reference type, if you observe the word reference, these data types give the reference to the another memory location where the actual value is available. Okay, that's why these are called references. Okay, this is also a main difference between these two. We will cover in the coming sessions this. See this chart, data type and size, default value, type of the value stored. If you take data type is a byte, the size required to store any byte value is 1 byte. As the name suggests, it is a byte type. 1 byte of the memory is required to store the value. What is default value? Suppose if you are not storing any value, still it maintains some value. That value is called default value. If you declare a variable, but you are not assigning any value into that, by default, it maintains some value. That value is called default value. Okay. In case of the byte, the default value is 0. And I will covered already byte, short, into long. All these are integer types, are used to store integral values, number without decimal. Coming to the size, short size is 2 bytes, int size is 4 bytes, long is 8 bytes. Already we covered one important point. Java is architectural neutral. Okay. In C language, the integer size may be varied from operating system to operating system. Okay. You may say in 32-bit or 64-bit, that may be 4 bits or 8 bits or 2 bytes. Different answers you may get. But here the answer is fixed. Byte for 1 byte, short for 2 bytes. This doesn't depends on the architecture. Okay. Then coming to the character 2 bytes. This is also a very important point. If you know C language, already you know the answer. How many bytes of the memory is required to store one character in C language? That is only 1 byte. But here it requires 2 bytes, not 1 byte. Okay. The default value is this 0. Generally, this is a 0 equivalent in the Unicode system. The Java maintains internally a Unicode system where Unicode system is used to store the some values, to assign some coding values. You know already ASCII. Okay, every number or every character has its equivalent ASCII values, but Java maintains Unicode system, which is just like a superset for the ASCII. Okay, this is the equivalent to 0 in the Unicode system. You represent Unicode. In the Unicode system, this is just like a 0. Every character has one value. Suppose in the ASCII system, we know already capital A 65, capital B 66, small a 92, and so on. We have some values. In the Unicode system also, every character has some value internal. Then coming to the float, 4 bytes, double 8 bytes. And this is again very, very important point. Observe here. In CRCPP, already you know that, I hope. If you want to store any float value, you can assign the value. Just like suppose float A assignment 1.25. That is valid statement in CCPP. But if you write the same sentence, you will get an error in the Java. Because you must specify F. You must write the F at the ending of the actual value. Compulsory. If you are not writing F, you will get an error. Okay, suppose I want to store 2.35. How to write the code? Float your variable name. Let us say A assignment 2.35F. Then only the value is treated as float value. Okay, just check it out. So if you have the laptops, execute it. Otherwise, I will share the link also related to this topic particularly. Then Boolean, as we covered already, it is used to store two things, either true or false, two values. Okay. Then any doubts as of now?
Sir, can you send the PPT after this class, sir?
Yeah, obviously. Already I shared the last session PPT also. I hope you received that, right? That was shared in
Yes,
your
sir.
group.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
will
I
share this. Yes, I will share this also.
Okay, sir.
Still any doubts?
No, sir.
పర్పస్ చెప్తున్నారా సార్ మీరు?
Amma?
ఎగ్జామ్ పర్పస్ చెప్తున్నారా ఇవన్నీ మీరు?
As per your syllabus also. మీ
సిలబస్ లో
సిలబస్
ఉంది
లో
కానీ
ఉంది కూడా
ఎగ్జామ్
అది. ఎగ్జామ్ పర్పస్ అనే
ఎగ్జామ్
కాదు, మీ సిలబస్ ప్రకారం ఉంది, మనం ఫాలో అవుతున్నాం. ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఇందులో నుంచి మీ ఎగ్జామ్ లో వస్తాయి.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
ఎందుకంటే మీకున్న సిలబస్ లో కూడా మెయిన్ హైలైటెడ్ టాపిక్స్ అన్ని కూడా
ఓకే సార్.
థర్డ్ యూనిట్ లో కంట్రోల్ సిస్టమ్స్, కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్. నెక్స్ట్ మనం కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్ లో స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. వీటి గురించి ఇంకా మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. ఐ విల్ షేర్ దట్ లింక్ ఆల్సో. 1 minute, ఐ విల్ షేర్ దట్. స్టిల్ ఇంకా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా వాళ్ళు అడగండి. ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
No, sir.
నేను 1 minute లింక్స్ షేర్ చేస్తాను మీ చాట్లో. So I shared the link which is related to downloading and installation of the Java. That is first link. And next link is I strongly suggest you to please try to write the programs and execute the programs, practice the programs. Okay. And we covered JDK, JRE, JVM in brief. But if you want to know in detail explanation about that JVM, JDK, JRM with animation also, I will give the link for that. In the next session, I will tell you one more very interesting point about VS Code. I think you may heard VS Code, very popular IDE, and which is used in the industry also to execute the Java programs. Okay, I will show you how to download and execute the Java programs with VS Code. You can minimize the process to execute the programs with help of the VS Code. I will show you how to download and install, how to work with the VS Code also. That may be helpful to you to increase your Java knowledge.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then okay, I shared few links. Go for that. Downloading, execution, and JDK, JVM, and so on. Still, you
Okay,
have
sir.
any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can go for these. And if you have any doubts regarding these links also, you can ask me in the next session. Okay, right. I think no doubts as of now.
No, sir.
No, sir.
సార్ మీ పేరు సార్ మీరు లింక్ సారీ పీపీటీస్ ఎక్కడ సెండ్ చేస్తున్నారు సార్ ఈ దీంట్లోనేనా సార్ లేకపోతే వాట్సాప్ లో
PPTs will be shared in your group because PPT is not available in the drive. సో నేను
ఓకే ఓకే
చేస్తాను,
సార్
మీకు
ఈ
doubt
రోజు
వస్తే.
సార్
Hmm.
ఈ రోజు క్లాస్ లో పిపిటి కూడా సెండ్ చేయరా
ఇక్కడ అంటే మీ గ్రూప్ లోనా?
గ్రూప్ లో?
ఆబ్వియస్లీ మీ గ్రూప్ లోకి వచ్చేస్తారు.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే.
Sir, once again, can you share the first two links, sir? Actually, I just because of internet
Acha.
connection.
Yeah, okay, done.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
These all links related to one channel only, I think.
Yes, that is also my channel. That's why what I'm saying you, if you are getting any doubts regarding to that, you can.
Yeah. That's what I'm finding in YouTube, that all the links are there in one channel.
Yes, one channel only, but I'm giving the link to respective topic what we covered.
Okay. Sir, I'm not in the group. Where should I get these PPTs, everything?
Okay, actually the PPT is not available right now in the channel, but within the 2 or 3 days, I will create the link. You
Okay.
can download it from the drive also.
Yeah.
Okay,
When the
in the-
next session will be there, sir?
Come again?
When the next session will be there?
Next session, I think coming.
31st
Yeah.
Sunday, next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay.
Before the Sunday also, you may have the class. I did not get complete information. Maybe you have the class Friday, Saturday also, but that
Because we have the practicals, continue practical classes.
okay.
Only we
Friday
have
goes.
Sunday, sir.
Okay. Anyway, if it is Sunday, that is well and good for me also.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
The complete playlist link. Go through any topic. If you have any doubts regarding to any topic, you can ask me here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma. Right. Okay, right. Thank you, Venda. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right.